Hey guys, it's Cece and I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to be reading the big book with you. Today's video is part 1 of 3 on the doctor's opinion. Before we begin, remember that the big book was first published in 1939, more than 80 years ago, which means that some of the medical and psychological discussion is going to seem a little old-fashioned. Don't get too hung up on whether allergy is the best word or psychic change makes the most sense. Instead, really read and listen with an open mind because the key concepts still apply. You'll see what I mean when we go forward. Explanation and disclaimer. The first 164 pages of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous are no longer under copyright. That's why you see the text here. I encourage you to purchase the latest edition for yourself. I have a large print edition that I very much enjoy. I make notes, and it's amazing how much I learn from just looking at it over time. Finally, the explanations I provide are my own understanding. I speak only for myself. The doctor's opinion. We of Alcoholics Anonymous believe that the reader will be interested in the medical estimate of the plan of recovery described in this book. Convincing testimony must surely come from medical men who have had experience with the sufferings of our members and have witnessed our return to health. A well-known doctor, chief physician at a nationally prominent hospital specializing in alcoholic and drug addiction, gave Alcoholics Anonymous this letter. This paragraph is pretty self-explanatory. Again, 80 years ago, most of the doctors were men, so try not to get hung up on the language that's not very inclusive. The doctor's opinion, to whom it may concern. I have specialized in the treatment of alcoholism for many years. In late 1934, I attended a patient who, though he had been a competent businessman of good earning capacity, was an alcoholic of a type I had come to regard as hopeless. I don't think there's much to explain in terms of the terminology, but just look at that last word, hopeless. Before AA, people who devoted their lives to trying to help alcoholics and addicts had some people that they just considered hopeless. There was nothing they could do for them. Thank God we have moved beyond that point and there is help. He continues, in the course of his third treatment, he acquired certain ideas concerning a possible means of recovery. As part of his rehabilitation, he commenced to present his conceptions to other alcoholics, impressing upon them that they must do likewise with still others. This has become the basis of a rapidly growing fellowship of these men and their families. This man and over 100 others appear to have recovered. So this is talking about the idea that AA works because we AAs pass it on. When Bill W. thought he had a good idea of how to stay sober, he immediately went and talked to the next drunk. Once that guy got better, he told him, you need to pass it on. And so this was the very beginning, before the big book was ever published, this idea of one alcoholic talking to, empathizing with another alcoholic was the very basis of AA. He continues, I personally know scores of cases who were of the type with whom other methods had failed completely. These facts appear to be of extreme medical importance because of the extraordinary possibilities of rapid growth inherent in this group. They may mark a new epoch in the annals of alcoholism. these men may well have a remedy for thousands of such situations. So again, he's looking at the fact that lots of people were suddenly recovering. People whom he had thought were hopeless were being helped by the simple method of putting one alcoholic in touch with another alcoholic and working together. And words you may not be as familiar with, inherent, the rapid growth inherent in this group means that it's part of the very nature of this group. And a new epoch is a new time, a new page, if you want to look at it, in the annals, and annals are a history of alcoholism. So, in this doctor's opinion, AA has the possibility to really change the course of the treatment of addiction. You may rely absolutely on anything they say about themselves. And so Dr. Silkworth is basically endorsing AA because he finally saw something that worked. And this is where we're going to stop on the first section. So I am CC, an alcoholic. I wish you a sober day. Always remember, if you don't take the first drink, you won't get drunk. And you only have to do it today.